here in beautiful, Echo Park. Step down. Ouch. Wow, it's beautiful. Hey Gina, hi Sherry, and hi Sarah. So I have a little story to tell about Echo Park. It just reopened. It was closed. A very controversial closure. Hey Mark, how are you? Actually, I take my mask off. I think I'm okay. I'm just standing by myself here. Um, I'm in Echo Park, LA. Echo Park was shut down. It just opened a few days ago. Uh, it was very, very controversial and confrontational and all that. There was a homeless, like a lot of, like many, unfortunately, mainly many LA parks. There are sometimes homeless encampments, and there was one here, right over here, for quite a while. There's about, gosh, I don't know, about 200 people camped out over here. So the city decided to, hey, thank you, Mark. Um, yeah, the city decided that, well, the city said they shut it down because they said the park needed some rehab, some renovation, some work done. So they needed to shut down the park. And of course, they had to get the homeless people out there. Homeless advocates said it was a pretext just to get the encampment out of here because obviously there were complaints from the neighborhood and so on. And frankly, there were tons. They took 35 tons. That encampment produced like 35 tons of trash. And anyway, on the day, the deadline, they were supposed to move. Activists, you name it, all showed up, and it was like a battle here between the cops and the activists and the homeless people and so on, trying to get the holdouts out of here. Now, the city did provide places for those folks to go. They didn't just say, "Hey, get out of here. We don't care where you go." They actually had city services. People come out, talk to the homeless folks, and said, "Hey, listen, we got housing for you." And some people took them up on that, and some people did not. Hey, Des, how are you? So some folks were holdout. There was a couple of guys who were holdouts. Anyway, this street here over here. This is Glendale, um, and so this entire area became a battle between police and in riot gear. It became a riot essentially. And so the police was accused of using excessive force because the police also went after journalists, including some LA Times journalists they went after, telling them to get out of here, even though they had their press credentials and so on. It was a big battle in terms of the way the police treated the journalists. I think, I mean, I watched some of it unfold live on TV. And I think what happens sometimes in these situations, because I've been last year this time on this very day, um, because of the George Floyd killing, there were protests in LA, and LA had curfews last year, this day, on this very day. And so there were curfews, there were riots, there was looting, there were businesses destroyed, and so on. How do I know this? Because I was there. I saw with my own eyes, and so it was really bad on this very day, and then days preceding, and before, after George Floyd was killed here in Los Angeles. It was pretty bad actually, because I remember it vividly. And so when I was walking through, I was not covering any of that. I was just checking it out and live streaming, but I had to pull out my press badge so I didn't get my head bashed in by the cops, because the cops are basically saying, get the hell out of here. We don't care who you are. And so I think that's what happened here. The cops lost patience, I think. And even though some people were clearly marked press, they didn't care. They were like, okay, everybody out. So that's a First Amendment situation. That's a First Amendment situation, obviously. Hello, Nicole. Is your name really Nicole Simpson? I have the same watch band as your iWatch. Oh, you do? This one? I have another one, but I kind of like this one. I have a couple of them. So anyway, after a couple of nights of battling back and forth, they succeeded in getting everyone out of here. They put up a fence, and they said the fence was going to be temporary. At least the city said that. Well, guess what? The fence is still up, and it limits access now to the park, whereas before the chain link fence, I'll show it to you. Before the chain link fence, you were able to kind of access the park from wherever, and now it's only 4 points where you can access. They hired a private security firm. A private security firm was hired, um, and the park rangers are here, and so they put up new signs and they control, like, when you have to be out of here, which is 10:30. Whereas before, you could have stayed in the park as long as you wanted. I'm gonna put my mask on here, guys, because there's a lot of folks coming by, and I want to go down to the statue over here. Hang on. So the fence is still up all around the park. That was supposed to be taken down, according to the city, but I think they were concerned, and I think they still are. There were concerns that homeless folks would return. So in order to control that, they kept the fence up. Now, check this out. So the two holdouts, one guy in particular, who was holding out and got into an altercation with the police and all that, he decided to go to Griffith Park just this 6 weeks ago and tried to start an encampment there. That got very little publicity, but he tried to start an encampment at Griffith Park, and the Rangers showed up and said, you can't do that." So he got into it with the Rangers over there, because one city council woman, here the Canada geese chilling out, has been sort of pushing for not to arrest homeless people, and she sent one of her people down and said, "Do not arrest these people." So it's a back and forth. Hey, Nikki, how are you? So everybody knows LA has a serious homeless situation, uh, serious homeless problem of homelessness. And so, but that encampment, as long as I've been in LA, that encampment has been here. Now it's gone, and I'm sure while some folks are very sympathetic to the plight of the homeless, they probably are happy to have the park be nice for families again. Hey Mo, wow, I haven't seen you in a while. How are you? Yeah, Venice Beach also has that situation, and there's a confrontation brewing there too as well because the sheriff, Villanueva, just came out a few days ago and said he's going to go down and take care of it because people have been talking about what's happened along the grassy area of the boardwalk there in Venice Beach. Homeless folks have set up camp there as well, and some neighbors are complaining. Of course, people want them out, and so the sheriff has been sort of like a back and forth between him and the county. Anyway, so it was funny that he said he would go down there and just remove the camp himself. So I'm gonna walk around the perimeter, but all along here, you were able to access the park no more because they put up a chain link fence, and there are only four entry exit points to the park now. There's control. You'll see security there, and so on. Yeah, I mean, we need to deal with the issue of homelessness. Now, I understand that some folks don't want to go into shelters and all that. There's actually some people, if you offer it to them, they just want to be on the street for whatever reason. But so I don't know what you do about that. But anyway, that's the situation. We're gonna walk around and see some of the changes that have been made. They put up bigger signs now and getting sprayed here by the water. The park name is in the title, Mo. It's called Echo. I hope it's in my title. Didn't I put the title in? Um, yeah, I mean, there's some people will tell you because I've talked to some of them down at Skid Row who would rather stay on the street. You know, that's just a thing. But not all. Their families, for no fault of their own or whatever. People, oh, I get sprayed. I'm gonna walk around the other end by the boat house. Yeah, this is Echo Park. I'm in the Echo Park neighborhood. It's Echo Lake, Echo Park Lake. Look at the beautiful lilies, water lilies. Okay, good. It is in the, as long as it's in the title. Sometimes I put the title in, and I was like, did I not put it in? Let's walk around. They closed the bridge, so this bridge used to be open. So they're doing all sorts of things to control the crowd. Of course, that's downtown Los Angeles. There. Okay, let's go. Let's go walk around. It's 1:40 right now. They got a lot of areas roped off. Like you used to be able to walk across this bridge. Now they've got it closed. All about control. Hey, Michael, how are you? No matter the platform, people just don't look at titles, says Michael. Um, Yeah, if you guys see the movie The Violinist with Jamie Foxx, he played the violin. I mean, he was pretty cool in the movie. It's a true story. And he did not want to go into when they found him a place to live. He was freaked out about living inside. So, but that's a small. I think that's a small group. I mean, there are young people who are homeless. There are families who have lost jobs. Big leaves. It's a beautiful park.
Yes, how are you today? How are you? Hola, how are you?
So if you saw my broadcast last night, one of the uses for the AirTag is to put it in my. I have one in my car, so I can track my car. Another one on the bicycle. So heaven forbid someone steals my car, I can always track it. We'll know where it is. It's beautiful up here. I love the vegetation up here. The stalks of trees. Yeah, I got them about a week ago. One guy tracked it from. Yeah, there are turtles down here. I see turtles. You can track it really all around the world. One guy tried it on YouTube. Hey, a blue bill duck, a little one. Um, One guy sent his tracker all the way to another friend in Australia, and he was able to track it the whole way, all the way till his friend received it in Australia. Yeah, there's a YouTube video. I watched the video last week. He was curious how far he could track. He was curious, and he did it, and it worked. It worked. Anytime an iPhone walked by it or something, it pinged it. He was able to Track it to his friend's house in Australia. Yeah, a guy that reviews tech. He did it. I forget his name. I just subscribed to him. He does tech videos. A little turtles down there. Lots of turtles. Like, it's beautiful. Let's go on this. Yeah, that's my issue because I think you're gonna have to go to the bike shop and have them figure out a way to put it. I don't know what your bike. Every bike is different, but I think you might have to go to the bike shop. I thought about putting it in the handlebar. I thought about putting it under the seat, but and then I turned the bike upside down and I thought, oh, I can stick it right under here between the fork, front wheel fork, under there. But I think I'm gonna go to my bike shop and have them somehow do it. Yeah, under the fork, there's an area that you can put it, but you have to tape it. You have to whatever you do to attach it, like make it keep it there really, and you want to and maybe disguise it. It's white, maybe color it to whatever color the bike is, or you know. Anyway, when you start connecting it with your iPhone, you'll see Apple does say bike. It says bike, umbrella, um, backpack. It gives you a lot of different options, and then custom. And the custom one I chose was car. Yeah, though they can remove the saddle. Yeah. No, we're still things are opening up, and of course reopening and so on. But people are still wearing masks in groups, and you don't have to. They say outdoors, but people like myself are making the choice to do it because you don't know who's vaccinated and who isn't, or whatever. But anyway, let's keep walking. I want to go down to the boathouse. Broadway's supposed to open soon. These trees, it's beautiful. It's a gorgeous day here in Los Angeles. I know I say that a lot. I seem to say that a lot, but it's true. It's a beautiful day here. Beautiful day. It's gorgeous. Oh no, you had a heart attack? Oh no. If this was Florida, there'd be alligators in here. We gator country for sure. All right, let's kind of go around this way. I don't know if anybody here watched my broadcast on Periscope when I went to Catalina Island, and then I was starting to have dinner. Not dinner, lunch. I was trying to have lunch, and then this kid showed up. I forget the kid's name. It was funny, but he was a bit. Well, he was a kid, you know. Well, pretty much the same thing happened when I was trying to be by the. Okay, it's getting crowded over here. Okay, let me move over here. I'm trying to get away from people. I have never eaten alligator. All the ducks. People are fishing here, but I'm not sure what they're fishing for. I think it's supposed to go up to 75, 78 today. In the 70s anyway. Swan boats out here. These- This one, I've been to Geneva. I remember I was in Geneva, Switzerland some years ago now. And it was cool. Oops, the horse went by here. I don't have a preference for any of them. All of them have something interesting. So these boats you can rent, the Swan boats, and at night, if you're out here at night when it's dark, at least when it's dark, it lights up. So they're all alight. They have lights on them, like sort of like neon lights. There's the security guards there. Security company. Yeah, oh, the fountain. Yeah, I've been to Switzerland quite a bit. I have friends who live there too. Spent some time, but I was also in Geneva. The trucks up there, food trucks and ice cream trucks. 2 o'clock. There's a church behind me. All right, let's go to the other side here. It looks a bit crowded because it is sort of the main entrance to the park, and it's where the boathouse is, where people are renting the boats. So yeah. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. There's a line. Reservations required. Oh, because of COVID, I guess you got to reserve online. So, anybody need to any more interest in the park, or should I just scope down? It looks like you guys want to chat about New York. I'm gonna not scope down. Whatever you do on Haps, I'm gonna Haps down and take a walk and chill out somewhere. I'm gonna skedaddle out of here. I think, frankly, again, I'm not being anti homeless people, but frankly, the vibe of the park from what I've experienced before, it's much nicer. It feels clean because there used to be trash all over the place because of the nobody cared, because of the homeless encampment and all that. But it seems to be cleaner. It seems to be a more family friendly vibe, and it just seems like it. The park is being used for what the park is meant to be used for. And again, that's not me slamming, because some people misinterpret that as saying, "Hey, are you against homeless people?" I am not. I'm just saying the intended use of the park is for a park, not to set up a tent, and it just feels nicer. The vibe is what I'm saying. It's a little different vibe because when you came in here with all the homeless encampment that was over there, you had homeless people walking through here, doing what some of them do. Some have mental issues, obviously, and so you had people screaming and coming at you or asking for money or cursing, and it was just a different vibe altogether. Yeah, it wasn't a comfortable place. So you had to kind of walk around. People would grab their kids when a homeless guy's walking up, he's half naked, you know what I mean? And talking to himself and screaming at people. So people wouldn't want to come to the park, obviously. It wasn't a welcoming place for some people. Oh, yeah, I know. I know it's not just LA because I did a crisscross across, I crossed the country. I drove across country, and people like to point to LA, but New York has a homeless problem. They've had it for years, for decades. Um, Denver, you wouldn't believe what's going on in Denver. The encampments there. You never hear about Denver, but man, Denver has a huge area. It's nothing but homeless people and encampments, but you never hear about it. And other places to a lesser extent. Portland, where I used to live, is pretty bad. Yes. Seattle, the Northwest. Yes, absolutely. San Francisco, a lot of the major cities and mid-sized cities, and you know, so and LA is trying. They have housing, but people are also like the people in where is it? They just built some housing for homeless folks, and they're pretty nice. But the neighborhood they were putting it in, those folks are against it. It's like people want you to do something about the homeless issue, but not in my backyard. Please do not put those people in my backyard. Do not put them in my city. Do not build housing for the homeless. Do not convert that hotel that's been vacant for decades. Do not convert it into housing for the homeless. So that's the attitude. Yes, I'm all for the homeless, but I'm not all for them when you want to put them in my neighborhood. Even if the housing has rules, because of how to live there, you have to have rules. That's why some homeless folks don't want to go in. They have to live by rules, curfews, and that sort of thing. I'm on Clubhouse, but I have not gone into Clubhouse in weeks. I go to the journalism group, and they invite me on stage, but I don't know. I'm on Clubhouse, but Clubhouse has its issues as well. But I'm not as nuts about it as some people. Yeah, all the boats are swans, Swan Lake, and but at night I mean, it's really impressive because at night the boats light up. All those boats are lit up. So you see all these, they have like lights on them, LED lights. Yeah, hola Luis. Welcome to beautiful, recently reopened, redone, cleaned up, spruced up, I should say. Echo Park Lake. The neighborhood is called Echo Park, and of course, this is a lake. So some people say Echo Lake, some people say Echo Park Lake. Yeah, it is beautiful. I have not been out on the. Wait a minute. Actually, I have been, but that was years ago, I think. When I came to LA and I was playing tourist, I did the touristy thing. Some friends brought me here who live here. Yeah, I have been out here, but that was quite a while ago. And of course, you can't beat the weather right now. I should get on the boat. No, I can't because, and this is what's changed because of the pandemic. It used to be you could just walk up, put your money down, put your credit card down, and rent a boat. You can't do that now. You have to go online and reserve it online. So all the folks who are out on the water, they did reservations online. Now I could go online right now and probably book one, but they're trying to minimize the contact. So you have to have a reservation. Like a lot of things, some other places, parks and museums and so on, you have to have a reservation to get in. You have to reserve until this pandemic is fully over, and then all that stuff will go away. I saw your video from Lagos, Portugal, and I was exactly. What do you mean you were exactly? I was exactly. You were exactly what? You know, I've been thinking about getting that, switching. I have the iPad Pro, the 9-inch one. I don't have the M1 chip, but I'm hearing a lot of good things about it, how fast it is. There's a turtle right there. Yeah, zoom in on the turtle. I might get it. Let's see if I can zoom. Where's the zoom? Can we zoom? Ah, he's going under the leaves. Oh well. He's decided to swim under the leaves. Well, where is he? Where'd he go? There he is. There he is. So lots of turtles in here, wildlife. Aren't these just little lilies? Water lily pads. Yeah, lily pad. Yeah, water lilies. Oh, you were saying zoom in on one of the boats? Let's see. I don't know. Some of these boats look pretty crowded. Some people loaded up the end. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Some people have loaded up the entire familia, the whole family. Oops. Let's see. There's quite a few people on that boat. Oh, ducks. I missed them with my zoom. Yeah, you gotta. It's like riding a bike. You gotta keep pedaling, pedaling. That's what powers them, your legs. Let's keep walking. Let's go to the end of the lake down here and see if we can walk around on the other side. I'm fully vaccinated, and I'm as long as I maintain my distance from these people, I'm okay. But I'm still not gonna take a chance. Yeah, let's go down to the edge here. I got the one shot Johnson, the Johnson and Johnson, the single shot. That's all I needed. Over and done with. Didn't have to wait. Seeing something weird. See something. If you want to say something. Here comes the ducks. I had zero side effects. Zero, nothing. Made me wonder, did I get the shot? Well, except for the sore arm, that's for sure. Where they jabbed me. Except for the sore arm where I was jabbed. It wasn't that bad, but I could feel it days later. Now, this end of the park was kind of interesting because it was kind of sketchy. This it's a bit sketchy because obviously there was some drug dealing going on, and so people would kind of walk and then go back. So at the very end over here, there are people sleeping, but it looks like it's nice now. It's weird to see it without people. There used to be a lot of people over here just laying around. Let's go see. Moderna. It does look nicer. Wow. Can you do screenshots with hats? Oh yeah, I guess you could. Oops, nope. Oh, you got some screenshots. Got it. You got some screenshots. If you wanna say something, say it now. 'Cause I ain't got the time to be waiting around. 219. So you'll see security guards now. They didn't used to have like private security. Now there's a private security company that was hired to work with the rangers and the police. So, and at this end here is, you wouldn't want to go out past this end at night. Let's put it that way. Thank you, Des. Oh, sing it, Michael. I think because I've had people come into my scope and talk about LA homeless and all that, and I always try to stress the people. You're looking at it the wrong way. Um, Homelessness is not a city problem or a state necessarily problem. It's an American problem, and I don't think people think about it in those terms. I mean, it's a American problem, and if we start looking at it that way to fix it, the way we go to war and the way we do other things, we go, to fix things. I think it would be resolved, what we start playing these divisions. Yeah, those liberals in L.A. Yeah, those liberals in San Francisco. Yeah, and we start playing this game, and so it never gets fixed. Well, but it's because when I talk to my friends from around the world, as I do often, they don't they talk about it as if it's an American problem. They talk about it about the U.S. The, you They don't talk about they don't break it down to like cities or towns or neighborhoods. They talk about it in terms of the U.S. as America has a problem with people living on the streets. That's the way they see it. Yeah, some places they don't for various reasons, you know, but we do. So this us versus them sometimes gets in the way of resolving issues, and I think that's the problem. We make it about us versus them. But then this is Memorial Day weekend, a lot of people who claim to be pro veterans and all that, do they not know that a lot of these folks on the streets are also veterans? So a lot of veterans, again, for a variety of reasons, are homeless. So when you talk about homeless like they're crap or garbage or it's not my problem, and you say, "Hey, I'm a patriot. Thank you for your service," it's just lip service you're giving. Many veterans are homeless. Let's go to helicopter. Get a zoom on him. Anyway, yeah, because veterans is, and with the veterans, because with the veterans is a different. It's a bunch of different issues because some of them it's the the whole PTSD thing. Some is drugs and alcohol. Some is not being able to come back into society and be part of society. Family issues, um, come back, no jobs for whatever reason, no support, and so a lot of the veterans is, and is no, everybody's got a reason, right? But some of them don't want to be on the street. They, if we give them the help, especially mental health counseling and all that good stuff that they needed because they served, it would be great. Hello, Vegas. I was when I got hit by a car. Just waiting for it. Okay, let's go. Sorry to get on my soapbox. I don't know how we got off talking about that, but we were talking about obviously homelessness here in the park, and the park is being taken care of. This area of the park used to be really, really rough because people would be sleeping all up here and drug dealing and all that kind of stuff. So I like this vantage point here. Yeah, they're pretty cool. There's some gigantic ones at the other end. Appreciate you guys joining me. I'm gonna walk around and go to the other end, and then I'll end the broadcast at the other end. So all this is like all these plantings. They planted like at least they've kept it up. Oh, this looks like mint, but it's not. I don't think. So up here, because people will be sitting over here selling drugs and all that's gone. That's different. Enduro, I do live in Los Angeles. I do indeed. Look at the flowers. These flowers are beautiful. Let's see if I can zoom in on those. Where is it? Let's get that one. These flowers are beautiful. Oh, I gotta reach for my battery, guys. Is that time? We gotta plug in. We gotta plug in. We are plugged in. Okay, that should hold us for a while, I hope. Oh, you know what? While I stopped, I'm gonna get a photo from here. Let me get a picture. That just occurred to me. I'll use my other camera. Photo time. Sorry, guys. Hold on. I'm trying to wait. Okay, here we go. So, so I get a photo over here. Beautiful. I hope they keep it this way. Get one for the Insta. Get some water in there. What? Okay. Sorry, my friends. I was taking time out to take some pictures, which I should have done sooner. Scroll back here. Louise, are you still here? Got a good screenshot. Cool. All right, let's go. See if I can get a close up of one of these flowers, if I can, at some point. You know, I've had that DJI in my I've had it in my Amazon checkout. What do you might call it? My basket forever, and I've not pushed the button on it. This is nice though. It's a nice shot over here. All right. So we kind of almost made it like 3/4 of the way around the park. Again, this fence right here, what I'm talking about, all this is they put this up. This didn't used to be the chain link fence, and waiting to buy my DSLR camera. Cool. Water daisies. The water daisies. Water daisies. When in doubt. Your daisies. Oh, what are you fishing for in there?
Bass.
Really? There's bass in there?
Yeah. A lot of bass.
Really?
A lot.
Really? Can you eat them?
Nope.
You just throw them back. You got hooked. He was trying to hook a fish, and he pulled the thing out of so hard, it got caught in the tree. The, the hook got caught in the tree. So they said there's bass in there, but you can't eat it. You just throw it back. Lotus flower, yeah, lotus. Black bass. We're caught in the trap. It's a olive tree right here. Olive. I see lots of olive. Why can't you see what you're doing to me? That's a pretty, the yellow one there. I'm see if I can get a close up of it. Photo. Wide angle first. Pretty. Very pretty. Turn the camera this way. Got it. Use it as a screensaver. Yeah, he's back there. I think he's still there. Maybe he moved ahead of me. It's making the rounds trying to sell ice cream to children. So these are signs that are new that went up. Park closed 10:30 p.m. to 5 a.m. Brand new signs so people don't think they can stay. And then these are new signs also, really directed at the camps. Personal property remaining in the park after the park closes may be removed and impounded and may be discarded by the city if not claimed within 90 days of the city's removal of the personal property. Heating up just computers, or heating up phones as well, or just computers? Is it just computers or phones? Because I rarely use it on my computer. I used it yesterday and it seemed fine. I'm touching the phone now. Not really. It's not hot. I'm using an iPhone. Maybe it's an Android thing. I'm using an iPhone. Yeah, I used my phone. I was on pretty long time yesterday. It is very beautiful. We're caught in the trap. It's a weeping willow here. Weeping willow. All these live streaming apps, your live streaming, they eat up. Periscope was the same thing. Periscope will eat up a lot of battery and heat up. Live streaming, I don't know if people have solved that problem, but live streaming does that. Video not doesn't cause that. Some apps more than others. All right, we've almost walked full around the park.
Oh, you got plans.
All these entrances closed because of the fencing. This was an entrance here too. That one's closed. They're trying to control who comes in and who doesn't. Let me see who. Echo Park rules. Speaking of food, lunch. Oh, this is a good shot right here. Oh, quickly, 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 with the boats going by. The geese having lunch, a late lunch, and the chicks, the young ones. A couple of young ones right here. See that? Newborns, fairly new. I want to make sure Mama doesn't get mad at me thinking I'm getting too close. Thank you, thank you. Oh no, they went right into the water. He got soaked. I don't know if that was intentional. He's totally soaked. That dude went right into the water. Nature's lawnmowers mowing the grass.
Pero, Francis, los patos antes no andaban así. Los patitos no andaban así como ahora. ¿Por qué no andaban así?
Thanks, Sarah. Oh, kids are fighting. Wow, look at all these chicks. These are all the young ones together. Look at them. There's a whole bunch of them. One, 16 of them I counted. 16 young ones. 16 young ones. Hmm. 246. Yeah, like a lot of humans. Like a lot of humans. All right, guys. So I'm walking toward. Normally I could exit here, but I can't now. So I got to go around the other side. So what I'm going to do is go to the end and come out and say goodbye. Oh, look at these geese. Goose. Waddling, waddling, waddling. All the ducks are coexisting. Hey, you're welcome. Oh, okay. So let me end the broadcast here because I want to test the air tag in my car. My car is on the other end. I want to see how it works. Plus, I want to get a nice shot here. Thanks everybody for joining me. I really appreciate you all, guys. Everybody, take care. Have a safe weekend. Continue to have a safe weekend, and I might catch up with you guys later. Give you that view of the downtown. Thanks. Thanks all. See you soon. Bye.